Jeez. Oh, God. You want your water on the wood right here?
What's that?
You want your water on the wood?
Oh, I'll take it. Be careful. Hey, baby girl. Take a good nap. All right. All right. Time to do the crankshaft bolt. Anybody watching? So if I can get go get a light. Be right back. All right, finally got a light. The ring is a cone shape. That little split ring goes inside of the bore there. There's a seal. You definitely need to put the seal in there, and then it says to lubricate the seal very well with petroleum jelly. So it got plenty of that. I can go over here to my manual. It gives you a little diagram here. Putting the bore in, like I said, this split lock ring is a cone shape. You can see you definitely need to take care and make sure that always goes in that way. But we will do our best to, I don't know how I'm going to be able to show you this maybe. I don't know if it's possible. Also said, use a brand new damper bolt. Should be the same part number on all XKs and XKRs. Should be. Always do your own research, but that is the part number. If you can read it, maybe not. It's part number AJ89909. Brand new one, right in the bag. And the reason why I open this package up, it comes preloaded with thread locker on it. You can see that, hopefully, maybe a little bit. And what I'm about to show you, the thread values torque values are absolutely insane on this thing. So anybody that does this, I'll show you the tools I bought to not only take it off, but also putting it back on is going to be fun. Hopefully a little bit easier with the tools I have. The first one we have is the damper tool. You get these on Amazon. I forget what I paid for it. It was like, I want to say 50 or 60 bucks. It was worth its weight in gold. This thing easily helped me take that off. That damper has a rubber center. I can see if you don't do it right. I don't even know how people get it off. You know, kudos if you've ever gotten it off by yourself. Without that, I've seen people use a chain wrench and some, an old belt as a buffer. But kudos to you, because I'm about to tell you what the torque values are, but they're absolutely insane. So you use this, put it on there, and then use this to hold the damper in place. We'll see that in just a second. But for this job, yeah, put this down for just a second. I got a monster torque wrench. This is a 3/4 torque wrench. This thing is absolutely huge. It goes up to 300 foot-pounds. This is Tecton. I think I paid, I don't know, this is like 80 bucks on Amazon. It had good reviews. We'll see. It's the first time I'm going to use it. But this thing is absolutely huge, very thick. Looks like it can take a beating. And a 3/4 inch DeWalt impact socket. Absolutely ginormous. Real tough looking to get around there and torque this thing down. So that's going to be fun. If I can get the view here, I want to be able to show everybody how this works. So let me look at the torque value again. It says fully tighten the damper to 364 Newton meters. Actually 364 to 386 Newton meters. And I'll do the conversion for you there. If you can see that, probably not. But there it is. That is, we'll look that up. That's 268 foot-pounds at 364 Newton meters. So 364 Newton meters equals 268.47 foot-pounds. Wow. So let's just call that 269 if you're going for the low side. I think I'm going to go for the low side. To me, that's plenty enough. If I ever have to tighten it, something doesn't sound right, so be it. But that's the way I'm going to go with it. So the fun part is the amper goes in like so. And the first thing I should probably do is locate where those indexing bolt holes are. All right, there's one up top here and one here where I put it. So I have to do it kind of like this first. And the fun part too is I'm going to be able to get a block of wood or something in there, because I'm going to have to turn it like so. Again, I got to find those indexing holes. This was a little fun here. Find out what angle they're at. Okay, found one of them. Yep, there we go. Started that one. Should make the other one easier to go in after that. Yep, there we go. And where do I put my quick driver set? Well, I don't know if I can find my bits to snag that up. Well, the show will continue. I can find my bits. My hex bits are missing. That is nice. That is lovely. Okay. Let's find out what size these are. Hopefully. Yes. Real world problems here too. All right, get my holders. I'm just going to snug this down. tension. Like so. Slide this guy down. Okay. Get a little block of wood over here. The only problem is that AC line will just clear, I think. Hopefully. If we're hitting something, I'll get a block of wood. And that should work, hopefully. All right, so what I got over here, if I can see it, at the end, got a little wedge of wood, keep this thing from landing on the AC line. I don't want to have to pay for one of those. It's right above it, but it's right on top of, the side unibody frame rail here, whatever. So nice and sturdy. And what I'll do is gotta get this position so you guys can see it as well as it can. Not hanging off. And what did I say the torque value was? That was, again, 364 Newton meters is 268.47 foot-pounds. So let's just go for 269 or 270. Because we're on the low side of it. So I'm good. I'm going to use my new 3/4 wrench. Holy cow, this is the highest I've ever torqued anything before. Let's set this thing here. 269. There's 250, 255, 269. So that should be plenty, hopefully. All right. So make sure this goes in. Man, that's beefy. Oh, but Houston, we may have a problem. Yes, is that going to be an issue? Oh, man, that's fun. Not enough clearance. Well, I guess I bought a 24 millimeter for too much. That's great. Awesome. does that thing go? Oh yeah. Almost flush. So that's not going to work. Nope. That was a nice thought. Guess I will be ordering a new part. Oh well. Yep. Live and learn. Well, that's set up for next time. Yeah. Guess keep going on some other stuff. Probably do coolant tower. Yep. Just kidding. It doesn't go as planned. So we will clean up the top portion here. Now I'm going to put these hoses on, vacuum that all up. It's got a bunch of gravity in there. Do the octopus hose. I got skunked. this hose. Snake it down here behind the back over the tranny. That module. Down over there. Imagine how people do this without taking the intake manifold off. It's probably got to be a required procedure for sure. Let's see what is going on there. Yeah, it's got to go right through there. There we go. No, no, no. Sorry, connection made. A new plastic piece in between the valley hose and the octopus hose. Replace that. Tangled mess of stuff down here. Oh, hey, Alexander, just seeing your chat messages. No, it needs a deep well, and the reason the pulley's wobbly was because the bolt hasn't seated yet. It's going to be wobbly until it's all torqued down.
Can you hear me? When we dye eggs, do you want to participate or would you rather us do it when
Sure.
Is there a good time for you?
Do what?
Is there a good time for you?
Well, can we do it tonight?
Like after dinner or?
Well, or before?
Okay, I'm just trying to plan on like a time, like at 6:30 or 6 or.
When would you like to?
Before it gets too late, can we just do it by 6 or 6:30?
Yeah, I thought I could pull it off with a 24 millimeter impact socket. I thought it'd be just enough, but I need a 24 millimeter deep well and then need a 3/4 one. I have a 24 millimeter, but I don't have a 3/4 one. And I don't have a 3/4 to half converter either, nor would I want to probably put 270 foot-pounds of torque on that. So it'll have to be another day. Learning as I go on this one. Right now, I'm just trying to get this back valley hose connected in from the octopus into the heater motor. It's a close shave there. Yeah, sometimes there's no way to video this and get it in. I mean, as you can see, it's dark. It's right up against the heater motor. And I'm going to slip that clamp underneath it. So I'll do my best to edit this into a video, but just putting in valley hoses now, putting the cooling system together. Other side of the country. I'm in Florida. What part of California are you at? No, I think you misheard me about the torque settings, by the way. It's 270 foot-pounds. 270, not 70. If it was 70, I would be able to use it with my regular half-inch torque wrench. Oh, that's cool. LA. Yeah, that crank bolt is heavy duty. Yeah. Yeah, if it was just 70 foot-pounds, I would have used my normal torque wrench, but that's why I bought a big boy for that, because I wanted to make sure it was right. Yeah, that's why I had to get a 3/4 torque wrench. It goes up that high. It goes to 300 foot-pounds. My torque wrench, my 1/2 inch one, only goes to 150. Big difference. Do you have a Jag, Alex? That is what a shop manual is for. And you take pictures as you go. Always take pictures. Yeah, I wouldn't want to attempt this without a shop manual. Every car I work on, I get a shop manual for because it takes out all the guesswork. torque values, order of operation, so you don't have to do things twice or make mistakes. These are all things that Do you have a Jag? Or are you just interested in cars in general? Enough to go over. Oh, nice. That's a nice car. I like the R's. Yours has the bigger brakes and the supercharger. That's nice. Yeah. Definitely understand that. Supercharger is the thing I'd have to look into. Are you on the Jag lovers board? I mean the what am I trying to say? Jaguar forums? And heck, why is that not squeezing together tight enough? Yep. Yeah, definitely agree. You know, fortunately for this one, it's not my daily driver, so that's good. I can take it slow, as you've seen. I haven't worked on it. Had a chance to work on it a whole heck of a lot. There we go, finally. Sometimes these hose clamp pliers, you got to get them just right, but they still work well. Yeah, if you ever do this job, definitely invest in a set of hose clamp pliers too. Yeah, is that how you saw my channel? I just put it in my signature, but it's good stuff. What I'm going to do with this video, I'm going to eventually try to edit it together and then make a, make a nice little edited version of it, of course. But I'm using YouTube as kind of like just to live stream it and store the video for me. Well, before I get it all done and edit it, I'm going to put in some other shop manual stuff and just make sure it all looks good. But yeah, and on there too, I'd say you got to be careful. There's some advice on there that I've read that isn't always the best. You got to remember that some people that give advice, they did it and maybe it worked for them, but then, that doesn't mean it was the right way. If that makes sense. That's where the shop manual, I start with it, I read it, I follow that explicitly. You don't have that problem on your R, but I had to get the VVT set right. And if I would have listened to people on the forum, I'm pretty sure when I put this thing back together, it would have been off timing about a couple degrees. All right, so valley hoses. Yeah, come to think of it, you know, for the valley hoses, once you pull your supercharger off, I don't know if they're the same. I'm assuming they kind of would be. The octopus hose and the valley hoses should be the same, but you have obviously a supercharger instead of I've got an intake manifold. So there's one hose, and then the other hose will go across. I'll get that set up. Yeah, it's coming together. I got the valve covers on, got the front. Once I get that deep impact, I can tighten down that bolt. You know, it's all fun. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, I'll just keep at it here. Let's see. And I'll put a water pump. Got a brand new thermostat tower for it. Brand new thermostat. Trying to think what else. I got a bunch of stuff. So I think this one, yeah, kind of lays there like that. And then it goes right at the camera. That goes like that, yeah. Okay, I gotta get the old hose clamps off it. Yeah, that's true. But and this thing has solenoid pressured variable valve timing. So the computer, you're right in most cases for cars, but in this case, the computer, when you first put the timing back together, it basically wants it set at a certain at the fully retarded setting. And if you don't have that, then the computer in this on the XK8s, the XKRs do not have variable valve timing, but on the XK8s they do. And then the computer will always think that it's at the wrong time, and that's not good. Back in of course distributor cars, or if you want to cam one out, you could definitely give it a little bit of advance and give it some power. But in this case, I don't think it would be that much great. At least it might freak the computer out. And I've seen guys say they couldn't get rid of codes, and I'm wondering if that was the reason. Where they just heard, oh yeah, you can just put it back together. It should already be there. One of my banks was not. backstory on this guy is, this car is that it only has 18,000 miles on it. Yep. And it was kind of abused a little bit. Sat in the Florida sun, kind of near the beach, wasn't, you know, exposed to a ton of salt water, but a little bit of corrosion here and there. All right, yeah, I can do the clamp on that guy now. Yeah, so your question about the difference between yours. So superchargers, the superchargers actually, you know, of course, a nice feature because it doesn't need variable valve timing because you have so much positive pressure on the intake manifold. So it doesn't need all that. I call it witchcraft with the, you know, computer controlled variable valve timing. You know, it doesn't have to change the cam timing as it goes. It's just set timing basically. And the supercharger makes up for it, which is nice. Also, you know, of course, a lot more horsepower just on it. So you don't have to, like, if you ever did the timing chains, yours should have, with the 2004, yours should have the, might need to check. It probably has the better tensioners. The reason I was doing all this is this thing has the plastic body tensioners. Yeah, I plan on making one day, but basically this one had the plastic body tensioners, and it's a mess because if those things ever let go on you. But a 2004, you should be good. I need to check that. Now the cooling system is what eventually you'll be doing this part of it, the cooling system, because it'll eventually give way on you. Because these, you know, these things, obviously these cooling hoses don't last forever, and they're underneath the supercharger in your case, or the intake manifold in mine. So yeah, it's fun. And getting these hoses just right is a pain sometimes. Yeah, like right now, doesn't want to go enough to let me get that silly thing over the top. There we go. Yeah, see, that's good. Wish this thing did. That would have been a steal then. The older gentleman near the beach in Florida here owned it, and then it had some other issues. It had a convertible top you know, the hose on the latch hose broke, so it started shooting the hydraulic fluid all over everything. And then, you know, just all those things and maintenance items scared him, so he sold it to another guy that thought he would be able to flip this. You know, had no clue about Jags, and then quickly found out that he didn't have the tenacity to do it, and so I picked it up. But yeah, the engine only has 18,000 miles, which isn't bad. Oh, I'll have to check that out. Owner and Sons. Okay. Yeah, the easiest way to tell for sure what you have, and I'm pretty sure with 04 you should have it, but when you go to ever replace your valve covers, you know, gaskets, all the little seals and everything, that's when you can look at it. And this thing was leaking oil, you know, from the valve covers like crazy anyway. So I pulled it open, had the plastic tensioners, just decided to replace all the cooling, all the tensioners, all the, you know, valve cover gaskets, the front timing gasket, you know, everything that I've been doing. I just figured I'm going to do it all at once, so I don't have to worry about it for a long, long time. All right, let's see, what else do we need? That's on there, good. That's good, that's good. All those are good. Need to put this little back hose here on. It goes right there. Can't forget any of these hoses, that's for sure. Let's see. Which way do I want to go with that? Probably to the outside. One thing I like to do too, I like to take my time and think about if I have to replace any of these little other hoses without taking everything apart, which way do you want to angle the clamps? To me, that's always a smart thing to do. Good deal. It's on there. Yeah, with the supercharger, this thing should go pretty well. Trying to think. If it's not throwing any codes or anything, you can always try cleaning your mass airflow sensor. It's always a good way to do it. All right, just thinking if there's anything else I want to do today, now that we got skunked on the pulley. Let's see. Yeah, I've read that people can clean it. There's a video on here, guy. It's called To the Garage. He talks about how to clean them. I personally never have. Unfortunately, I've never had that issue. But all the ones that I've driven are very responsive. So, I'm not sure. Also, on XKRs, you have 2 fuel pumps. And there's a way to swap the relays to see if both are running. I can see if one of them isn't used until like 70% throttle. And, very rarely do we do that, obviously, especially in traffic, especially on an XKR with the supercharger. But trying to think, yeah, you probably could swap the relay that are in the trunk to see if the car runs with the secondary relay only. I don't know, it's worth a shot. All right, let's see. Yeah, well, unfortunately, until I get that socket in. Oh, wow, yeah. That thing should rip with 400 horsepower. Well, I think I'm going to call it an evening here. It's almost dinner time, and I don't want to put on the water pump or anything until this, until I get that socket in here. Just going to leave the tool on here as is. It's on there, in the pulley, and it is wobbly, but I got the bolt securing it. It's not coming out of there tonight, and I'm definitely, no starting until this goes. So until then, we will. I'll be back at it. Definitely, feel free, and feel free to shoot me a message or anything. I'm on the Jag board. Cool talking to you. Yeah, anytime. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the kind words. Talk soon.